So here we need to convert the following degree measure to its corresponding radian measure. Let us begin. Now, what we'll do here, before beginning, let me state that we know that 180 degree, that's equivalent to pi radians. So 1 degree will be equivalent to pi over 180 radians. This means that if we have any angle with a degree measure, that means x degree, all we have to do is take x value and multiply it pi over 180, and the resulting value is going to be in radians. We're going to use this particular formula here. So here we will start with problem number 1. So we are given here the angle 340 degree. Our goal will be to convert it into its equivalent radian measure. All we have to do is take 340. Don't use the degree now on this. Okay, so 340 degree can be also expressed as 340 times 1 degree. So here 1 degree can be replaced with pi over 180 radians. We have 340 times pi over 180. Fine. So we can cancel out the 0. Then we have 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 17 is 34. So finally we get 17 pi over 9. So this is how we can convert 340 degree into radian. So 17 pi over 9 radian is the same as 340 degrees. Moving on to the next degree, we have negative 37 degree and 30 minutes. Now, before even converting it to the radian measure, we have to convert the minute to its equivalent degrees. Now, we know that 60 minutes corresponds to 1 degree, which means that 30 minutes is going to correspond to half degree, which therefore we have negative 37 half degree. Now, what's 37 half degree? That's nothing but, so we have 37 times 2, so that's going to be 74. 74 plus 1 is 75, so we have 75 over 2. Now that we have our degree measure, which is negative 75 over 2 degrees, we are going to convert it to radians. All we have to do is take 75 over 2 and multiply it with pi over 180 radians. Okay, let's do that. So we have 5 times 3 is 15. Then we have 5 times 6 is 30, so that means 5 times 36 is 180, and then we have 5 times 1 is 5, so 5, 5, 21, so 15 times 5 is 75. And this is finally going to give us negative 15 pi over 36 times 2, so that's going to be 72. So negative 15 pi over 72 radians. This is the equivalent radian measure of negative 37 degree and 30 minutes. Moving on to the third one. Oh, this is actually the third one. I skipped the second one. So the second problem is 75 degree. So that's very simple. So 75, we are going to multiply with pi over 180 radians. So that becomes, so we have 5 times 36 is 180 and 5 times 15 is 75. So we have 15 pi over 36 radians. So this is the equivalent radian measure of 75 degree. Moving on to the fourth problem, we have 5 degree, 37 minute, 30 seconds. So we have number 4, 5 degree, 37 minutes and 30 seconds. So we have to convert the 30 seconds as well as 37 minutes to degree. Let's do that. How do we do that? We know that 60 seconds, that's equivalent to 1 minute. So 30 seconds is going to be 1 over 2 minute. Well, we have now 5 degree. So we have 37 half. This is going to be minute. So 37 half is nothing but 75 over 2. So we have 75 over 2 minutes. Fine. Now we know that 60 minutes is equivalent to 1 degree. So 1 minute is going to be 1 over 60 degrees. But here we have 75 over 2 minutes. So we are going to multiply 1 over 60 with 75 over 2. Fine. 5 times 12 is 60. And 5 times 15 is 12. Again, 3 times 5 is 15. And 3 times 4 is 12. So we have 5 over 8. So this is going to be 5 over 8 degrees. We can say that 75 over 2 minutes is equivalent to 5 over 8 degrees. So we have 5 over 8. This is going to be in degrees. So 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 5 will be 45. So we have 45 over 8 degree. So 45 over 8 degree, that's the equivalent of 5 degree, 37 minutes and 30 seconds. Now that we have value in degrees, 45 over 8 degrees, so this will be simply multiplied with pi over 180 radians. So we have 5 times 36, that's 180. 5 times 9 is 45. 9 times 4 is 36. So we have finally pi over 8 times 4 is 32. So we can say that 5 degree, 37 minutes, 30 seconds. So this is equivalent to pi over 32 radians. So this is the value. Let's go to the fifth one. So in the fifth one, we have 40 degree and 20 minutes. We have 40 degrees and 20 minutes. Fine. Now we are going to use the fact that 60 minutes corresponds to 1 degree, which means that 1 minute will be 1 over 60 degrees and 20 minutes. So that's going to be 20 over 60 degrees, which is nothing but 1/3 degrees. So 40 over 20, this is simply 40 1/3 degrees. Now 40 times 3 is 120. 120 plus 1, so that's 121. So we have 121 over 3, so this is in degrees. Now to convert it to radians, we will take 121 over 3 and multiply with pi over 180. Fine. So that means we now have 121 pi divided by 540 radians. So this is the equivalent of 40 degree, 20 minutes. Now let's move on to the sixth problem. Now the sixth problem, we have to find out the value of 540 degree and convert it to radians. That's a very simple problem. So we have 540 degrees. All you have to do is take 540 degrees and multiply it with pi over 180 radians. So 0 and 0 factors out. So we have 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 9 is 54 and 3 times 3 is, which means 18 times 3 is 54, or we get simply 3 pi. So 3 pi, that's the 3 pi radian, that's the equivalent of 540 degrees. Now coming back to problem number 2, we obtained the value as 15 pi over 36. However, we can further simplify because we know that 3 times 5 is 15 and 3 times 12 is 36. So that means this has a simplified value 5 pi over 12 radians. Similarly, we can also simplify 15 over 12 because 3 times 5 is 15 and 3 times 4, that's 72. So that means this is negative 5 pi over 24 radian. So this is also the simplified value of negative 37 degree 30 minutes.